Alright, so we're now going to do the passenger items. We're going to start with the service door. So the first thing, the service door opens freely. The glass is properly sealed, not cracked, not broken, and there's no obstructions. The rubber seal is secure, not cut, not cracked, and it seals properly. Now we're going to move on to our stairs. So our stairs are solid, they're not slippery, and there's no obstructions. We're going to come to our handrail next. The handrail is not missing any screws, it's not bent, it's not dent. Next, we have our stairwell light. Our stairwell light is secure, not cracked, not broken. It's in the proper color clear, and it's working. Now, we're going to come inside the bus. Okay. And next, we have our head bumper. So our head bumper is secure and it's not damaged. After that, the inspector is going to enter the bus with you, and you're going to put the door back on normal to close it. Okay, after that, you're going to check all your seats and your seat belts. You're going to come here to the first seat where the inspector can see you, and you're going to say, my seatbelt is secure, it's not cut, it's not frayed, and it's working. Now you're going to check all your seats to make sure that they're properly bolted to the floor. If there's any seat belts in the aisle, you'll put them back in the chairs. Every now and again, you're going to pull on the seat belts. Once you get to the back, you're going to say, all of my seats are properly bolted to the floor. They're not cut, they're not damaged. All of my seat belts are secure, they're not cut, they're not frayed, and they're working. Now, you're going to say I have 8 emergency exits, 2 doors, 1 in the rear, 1 on the side. Okay. I have 4 emergency windows, 2 on each side, and I have 2 emergency roof exits. So now you're going to test the rear emergency door. You're going to open it. Okay, you're going to say my rear emergency door opens freely and the alarm sounds. And you're going to come to the emergency door light. The emergency door light is secure, not cracked, not broken. It's not missing any screws. It's in the proper color red, and it's working. My head bumper is secure and not damaged. Next, you're going to come to the side emergency window. You're going to lift the handle all the way up, and then push the window to open it. Then, you'll pull the handle all the way down to close it. You're going to say, my emergency window opens freely and the alarm sounds. Now, before you move on, you're going to say, I will check my other 3 emergency windows the same way that I checked this one. So that way you don't have to check each of them individually. You're going to come to your emergency side door, and you're going to open it. Okay, then you're going to say, my emergency side door opens freely and the alarm sounds. Next, we're going to move on to the emergency door light. The emergency door light is secure, not cracked, not broken. It's not missing any screws. It's in the proper color red, and it's working. We have a head bumper next, which is secure and not damaged. Okay, you're going to stop here, and you're going to ask the inspector, Inspector, would you like me to open up the emergency roof exit? They're going to say no. After that, you're going to come to your driver's seat. You're going to give the driver's seat a nice shake. And you're going to say, my driver's seat is properly bolted to the floor, and it's not cut, not damaged. You're going to take a seat, and you're going to check your seatbelt. My seatbelt is secure, not cut, not frayed, and it's working. At this point, the inspector is going to say, we're now going to check the exterior lights and signals for the front of the bus and the back of the bus. So there's three things that you're going to do. You're going to open up your window. You're going to open up your door. You're going to turn off the hazard lights. As the inspector exits the bus, you're going to close the door behind them. Okay, when the inspector is in the front of the bus, awaiting you, you're going to start checking your indicators. You're going to start with your left signal. So you're going to put it on. Then you're going to say, out the window, left signal. Then you're going to put on your right signal. And then you'll say, right signal. And you'll turn it off. You'll put on your hazard lights. Then you'll say, out the window, hazard lights. Each time you do one of these, the inspector is going to give you a thumbs up to let you know that they're working. After that, you're going to come to your low beam. So you're going to put the low beam on. Then you're going to say low beam. The inspector will give you a thumbs up. You're going to pull the handle back and you'll say high beam. Inspector will give you a thumbs up to let you know it's working. Next, you're going to come to your panel and you're going to put on your amber warning lights. So after you put the amber warning lights on, you're going to check in your crossover mirrors to make sure that it's on before you say it. You're going to say amber warning light. Inspector will give you a thumbs up, let you know it's working. So you're going to leave the amber warning light on, and then you're going to open the door. And your stop signs will come out, the red loading lights will come on. Then you're going to say red loading light. The inspector will give you a thumbs up to let you know that it's working. Okay, after that, you're going to close the door. The inspector is going to walk all the way around the bus to the back. You'll be able to see him in the top left mirror. Once the inspector's in the back waiting, you're going to start again with your left signal. So you're going to say left signal. The inspector will give you a thumbs up to let you know it's working. And you're going to say right signal. The inspector will give you a thumbs up again to let you know it's working. You're going to put your hazard lights on. Then you'll say hazard lights. The inspector will give you a thumbs up. So in the front, we said low beam, but in the back, we're going to say tail lights. So you'll say tail lights, and the inspector will give you a thumbs up to let you know that it's working. After that, you're going to push down the service brake, and you're going to say brake lights. Give you a thumbs up, let you know it's working. You're going to come back to your panel, and you're going to put your amber warning lights on again. You're going to check in the crossover mirrors to make sure they're working. Then you'll say amber warning lights out the window. Inspector will give you a thumbs up. You're going to leave your amber warning lights on and then open the door. Then you'll say red loading lights. The inspector will give you a thumbs up to let you know that it's working. So now you're going to leave the door open. The inspector's going to walk all the way around the bus. Then they'll come inside. You're going to close the door behind them. And the inspector is going to say, continue with your in-cabin inspection and do a safe start. At this point, you're going to start with your mirrors. My crossover mirrors, my side view mirrors, and my student, or you can say passenger mirror, is secure, not cracked, not damaged. There's no obstructions, and they're well adjusted to me. After that, we're going to go to our windshield. Our windshield is properly sealed, not cracked, not broken, and there's no obstructions. Okay, after that, you're going to tell the inspector, I'm now going to do a static brake test. To do a static brake test, the first thing I'm going to do is check to make sure I have 125 psi in my air gauges. So I do not have 125 psi. I'm going to do a safe start to rebuild the air pressure. To do a safe start, you're going to put the key on ACC, put it back in the run position. All of the gauges will come on, all of the gauges will turn off, and you're waiting for the beep or for the lights under DEF to come back on. Then you can start your bus. Now, we're gonna give gas and accelerate and bring the RPM up to 20 to rebuild the air pressure faster. See, the air gauges are moving quicker. Now once you hear the sound, that means it's full. Okay? Now we're going to turn the bus off. We're going to put it back in the run position. You're going to tell the inspector, I now have 125 psi. I'm going to do a safe start. I'm going to continue my static brake test. Sorry. So to continue the static brake test, we're going to put our foot on the service brake and hold it down. We're going to push in our parking brake. After the hissing finishes, you're going to tell the inspector, I should not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute. So you're going to ask the inspector, is it okay if I use my phone to count the 1 minute? The inspector is going to say yes. So after you'll take your phone out, you'll set the timer up for 1 minute, then you're going to say, I'm going to start now. And then you push the start button. To speed things up, we'll say the 1 minute is finished. So once the 1 minute is finished, you're going to say, I did not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute. That means there's no air leaks. Next, I'm going to do a low pressure air warning test. To do a low pressure air warning test, I'm going to pump the brakes. At 60 psi, the wig wag will drop, the alarm will sound, and the red lights will come on the dashboard. So now you'll start pumping your brakes. Okay, so I pumped the brakes down to 60 psi, the wig wag dropped, the alarm sound, and the red lights came on the dashboard. That means they're working. Next, I'm going to do a spring brake test. To do a spring brake test, I'm going to continue pumping my brakes. At 30 psi, the parking brake will pop out. Okay, so now you'll give your results. I pumped the brakes at 30 psi, the parking brake popped out. That means the spring brakes are working. Now I'm going to do a safe start. To rebuild the air pressure, put the key on ACC, put it back on run. All of the lights on the dashboard will come on, then they'll come off. You'll hear the beep, or the green lights under DAF will come on. Then you can restart the bus. Alright, so then you'll tell the inspector, while my air gauges refill, I'm going to continue my in-cabin inspection. You're going to start with your 6 spare fuses. So my 6 spare fuses is secure and not damaged. Also inside here, I have my insurance card and registration card, which is secure, not damaged, and up to date. I then have my CB radio. My CB radio is secure, it's not damaged, and it's working. Next, we're going to come down to our safety items, so our safety equipment. We have our fire extinguisher. Our fire extinguisher is properly bolted to the floor. The arrow is in green. That means it's full. Next, we have our first aid kit and bodily fluid cleanup kit. So our first aid kit and bodily fluid cleanup kit is secure and not damaged. We also have our 3 reflective triangles. So our 3 reflective triangles are secure and not damaged. Next, we're going to come to our panel. So we're going to start from the top left and then work our way down. Starting from the top left. Our back heater is working. We're going to put all the dome lights on. I'm going to say all of my dome lights are working. Turn them off. I'm going to come back to the amber warning lights. My amber warning lights, checking the crossover mirrors, is working. You're going to leave the amber warning lights on and open the door. I'm going to say my door opens freely. You're going to look inside your mirror, side view mirrors, and my stop sign comes out. It's secure, not damaged, and it's working. Now you're going to close the door. And at this point, you're going to make sure that the amber warning light is turned off. Next, we're going to come to our second row. Our ID marker is always on and it's working. Our mirror heat is working. Our destination sign is always on and it's working. Our right fan is working. Our left fan is working. Our step heater is working. Now we're going to come to our air conditioner. We're going to put the AC on. You want to make sure the AC is blowing cold air. The AC is working. Now we're going to come to our defroster. I want to make sure it's on heat, make sure that it's on the windshield, and put it all the way up on high. Our defroster is working, and turn it off. I'm going to come to the steering wheel. Our steering wheel has no play. The horn is working. Now we're going to come to our handle and make sure our indicators on the dashboard is working. Our left signal is working. Our right signal is working. Our hazard lights are working. Low beam is working. And then you pull the handle back. High beam is also working. Now there's a button on the handle right here. You're going to hold it down for 3 seconds. Our windshield wiper and washer fluid is working. Now we're going to check our gauges on the dashboard. Starting from the top, working our way down. Our oil pressure is at 30 psi. It's normal. Our water temperature is at 175. It's normal. Our transmission temperature is at about 130. It's normal. Our RPM is at 700. It's normal. We're next going to check our battery. Our battery voltage is at 13.7 volts. It's charging. When it's at 14, it's full. Our speedometer, or MPH, is at 0 because the bus is not moving. Our fuel gauge is at about a quarter or 1/4. It's normal. Our DEF is full. It's normal. And both of our air gauges are at 125 psi. They're normal. Once you do the air gauges, you're going to reset the wigwag. Now next, we're going to do our parking brake test. So to do our parking brake test, we're going to put our foot on the brake, put the bus in drive. Now we're going to give gas 2 times. The bus should not move. Okay, felt the bus try to move. That's 1. Okay, that's 2. Now we're going to secure our bus and give our results. So, I gave gas 2 times. The bus did not move. That means the parking brake is working. Now we're going to do our service brake test. We're going to put our foot on the service brake, the bus in drive, pushing the parking brake. Now, we're going to say, I'm going to let the bus roll forward. Then I'm going to brake 2 times. The bus should stop. Okay, so we're going to let the bus roll forward now. And we're going to brake. That's 1. I'll let the bus roll forward. And we're going to brake. That's 2. Now we're going to secure our bus. And now we're going to give our results. So, I let the bus roll forward. I braked 2 times and the bus stopped. That means the service brake is working. The last thing that you're going to say to the inspector, I've finished my in-cabin inspection. I'm awaiting more instructions.